Evening. Welcome to House Groups. I am so glad you're back this week or even here for the first time. I want to encourage you to keep coming even if you're an introvert and big social settings aren't really your thing. Regardless if you're an extrovert or an introvert, you happen to be a human being, and God made human beings to need other people who will walk alongside you and help you grow. So keep trusting in God's way. And let me also encourage you to trust in the intergenerational aspect of our groups. If I can be upfront with you, this is often the hardest thing for people when they first join a house group because most American churches, or just groups in general, don't do this. However, the intergenerational aspect of our groups ends up being one of the most loved things by the people who have been in house groups for a long time. And I think it's hard for us at first because we live in such a customizable consumer-based culture. Like, we're used to finding affinity-based groups of people who are just like us, right? And with the internet now, you can find any group that is just like you, right? If you want to find a group of 23 to 25-year-olds that like the Beatles, then no problem. Or you want to find a group of senior citizens who play Minecraft? No problem. By the way, I Googled that about 10 minutes ago because I thought that can't be real. It's real. But see, there is something beautiful about God's church coming together from all different ages. In fact, it's actually what the Bible expects of us. For example, in Titus chapter 2, Paul is expecting that the older women are influencing the younger women for Christ, not that the younger women are in their own separate group somewhere. So if you look around and you find yourself saying, I'm bummed that not everyone looks like me, or they're mostly older here, or they're mostly younger, or they have little kids and I don't have kids, or my kids are out of the home. If that's happening in your brain this year, I want you to call yourself out and say, that's my American culture talking, not Scripture's call on my life. Some of you have heard me say this before, but one of the main ways that Christianity won over the Roman Empire in the first few centuries was simply because it was the first group that brought so many people together that didn't look like each other. Different races were meeting together, different ages, rich and poor, all together in one church, because what united them was Christ. Not their life stages, not their races, not their economic status, but Christ. And onlookers were amazed by it, and that's part of the beauty of what God can do. All right, this week we are studying a neat passage in Ephesians where Paul prays that the eyes of your heart may be enlightened so that you may, 1, know the hope to which he has called you, 2, know the riches of his glorious inheritance, and 3, know of his incomparably great power for us. And I want you to start diving in together on this topic tonight. Are the eyes of your heart open? And remember, your heart is the core of who you are. It's your will that moves you and makes decisions deep down inside of you. And do you know these deep truths about God, or do you know them? Which truths out of the 3 do you need to concentrate on more deeply and ask God to open the eyes of your heart to, so that you may know him and better walk with him more closely? I pray that you have a fruitful discussion on this tonight and that it leads you closer to Jesus. Amen.